Hello Anthony, how are you? Hello Scotty. Yeah, I'm pretty good. Can't wait for summer to be over. Hello Sonia. It was a bit warm today, 31. Well, that was what the thermometer in the boss's shed said. So, don't know how much warmer it was out actually in the sun. At least it wasn't as bad as last week though. It was like 38 in the shed. So definitely a bit better. Hopefully though tomorrow or Friday we're in due for some rain. We really need a bit here. Hopefully in the morning I remember and I'll post a video to my account showing the state of the river where I have to drive over to work, which feeds into the river at my place. I think there when TikTok was telling me that there have been comments that have been filtered, it could either be people being a bit defamatory or my ex has found my account and she's trying to stir trouble. Don't really know. All I care is as long as she's happy and leaves me alone, I'm all good. How are you, Will Townsend? Hello, John. Hello, everyone who's joined. Hello, Ginger. Pine mower. Jason Hargraves, how are you? Ryan Saunders, hello. Harry Balcone. Nice of you to join the live, Ryan. Thanks for the football. I don't know whether we get citrus beetles here, but I'll make sure I've got the stuff to keep them off when they... Thanks though for letting me know what to look out for. Muchly appreciated. Yeah, I think when we was living in Toowoomba, there was an orange tree in our backyard, and it used to always get infested with those smelly beetles. I think even if you just went near them, they started stinking. You didn't even have to wet them. Hello all the people that have joined, and thanks for the likes. So Tuscan King, how many finger limes do you have? I am close to 400 here. Most of them though are just little babies. Yeah, Sydney doesn't get as many frosts as we get here. So you probably have. I just got to work out a lot of things still yet. But the boss has got some old warehouse racking. I might get a few sets off of him and build a hothouse out of it. Just until they get a bit bigger yet. Timo, I'm just giving them some water. be... Well, the lady that sent me my bigger one, already been talking to her about when she has more ready again, buying off of her again, so gonna have to start saving. Hopefully she has a lot more. Yeah. When I end up building the hothouse, I might not have to sit down here with them. Just push a button. Been looking at all the stuff that to set it up fully automatic on 12 volt. The pump, the little 12 volt pump, those the dearest bit. But only like $30–40. The controllers are only like $5 each, like for temperature and also this normal timer, like 12 volt circuit timer. That's a bit better. Yeah, I think today I drank probably 3.5–4 litres of water. You know, true. It is quite therapeutic just sitting down here with the watering gun. Contemplating whether I buy another few hundred of the little babies I've got. My red ones look alright, but there's one of my green ones ain't looking too crash hot. Yeah, pretty good yourself, B30. There's just after Christmas. Yeah, that's good. Started some other things there just before Christmas. Bush banana. Another Australian native. Like 240 or 50 something of the little ones. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and another 70. So total like 70 something more established. Well, out of my bush banana, I got I've only got 2 out of 15 seeds actually germinate. Yeah. Well, someone yesterday said that when they've come across the finger limes in the fruit shop, near on $80 a kilo. So definitely probably a good thing to be growing. Yeah, well, the bush banana I'm not too sure on how that'll go. So I was just searching eBay for native seeds and they come up, so I thought, oh yeah, they might be worth a go. I want enough so I can fill every paddock, so I have 15 acres of usable land, so I'm going to try and use as much of that as I can. Well, not all 15, because Dad has some grapes and what do you call it, stone fruit in like 2 or 3 acres, so I'll have about 12. But gotta do what I gotta do. Hello Benji. Nice of you to come back today. Good having you in here yesterday. Thanks B30. There'll be a Bunnings trip on the weekend. Go get the head for the fertiliser. Yeah, he's always smashing it. For a second there, Scott, I almost read it as Scott Morrison, Scott Smart. If the ex-Prime Minister joined, I think I'd be a bit worried. It was a hot day today, working out in the sun, tidying up the last of the stuff on, so the bloke that's bought all the bees off the boss can just come pick it all up. Hey Donnie, thanks for the gift. Hello Michelle. It's out of the river, so we were able to, just on a residential, we're allowed to pump out 5 million litres, and Dad does have a agricultural permit which he's able to use like 80 something meg, and the river down where here don't hold 8 meg. Like Dad pumped it out in the 90s after it had stopped running, and there was about 5 meg in the, Dad pumped up to the neighbour for his vineyard. So know that the river when it's not running holds about 5 meg. which is enough. Well, if I wasn't doing any farming, like, it lasted all the way through the drought for the house, so definitely more than enough water. Yeah, this needs Jessie back, but might be a bit too late for her. Could it be like 4 AM over where she is in America? They're about 14 hours behind. I think she'd be on the east coast. Could be 14 hours. Yeah, Donnie Burke, fingers crossed, but not really counting on it. Last week we were supposed to be in at like 80%, but come over, a few claps of thunder, and that was it. So it was quite let down there yesterday. But hopefully Farmer Jess sends it down this way from up at her cane farm up near Bundaberg. Yeah, thank you everyone for your contribution, very muchly appreciated. See ya. Enjoy your dinner. I don't know what I'm having for dinner. Last night I never had what I was going to have. I just went and had a shower and went to bed. So, probably what I was going to have last night. Plus I also went and got some salt and pepper calamari from Woolies, but I forgot to grab a salad. So, yeah, it'll be probably salt and pepper calamari, a couple of mozzarella sticks, and a couple of ham and cheese croquettes tonight. Yeah, salad is overrated, but when I had to do my work for the dole at this old Hare Krishna commune, they have a policy there, you're not allowed to, you can take your ham sandwich, but it has to stay in your lunchbox and go into their fridge, and then you have to walk out of the property to eat it. So, when it was too hot, I go, you know, I can eat salad, like, that's not an issue. But the salad, I put some nice dressing on it. That still had to be vegan friendly, of course. It contained no egg, but that, what do they call it? Like that. I can't remember. But they come in nice little glass jars. Yeah, no, nothing wrong with a good salad. But the pub salads, nah. Like the local RSL, nah, don't really like tofu. had a tofu pizza made for me at that place I was doing my work for the dole at. Like, yeah, it's okay, but not on any list, like any top list for me to like eat. But no, like the pizza was alright, but just that texture that the tofu. Yeah. Kangaroos. Where is it? I don't see it. Yeah, they come right up. Right up. Like, they even go... I've had one at my bedroom window. Like, they're not afraid. Oh well, he can prank if he wants. That's pretty harmless prank, really. I've been thinking, with all those people thinking I'm growing marijuana, I've been thinking about asking a couple of the coppers I know to come out and just make a video with me. Yeah, there's always plenty of kangaroos here. Kangaroos don't eat much. It's the wallabies. Not much reaper yourself. Just doing the watering. Alright. What do I get? Yeah, some of them are growing. Like my bigger ones here, like, they've all probably growing about that much. All except for one poor little one over here. Like, to lose one, that's 0.5% of the green. So, that's not bad. And I lost one of my bigger ones. So, I think a kangaroo or wallaby tried to have a go at it, because I had a look at it. That was before I moved them down to here where I've got them. And yeah, it was very loose in the pot. You know, that ain't the Greg one. Yeah, well, don't think we'll ever see him again. He's been blocked from my lives. But waiting to see my ex's new account pop up. Beanie Boo, or whatever the hell she calls herself. Depression is why I lost my teeth. Dried nebula. And the dentist just goes, it's easier, we pull them out. Just wasn't really looking after myself back after all what happened in 2013. Yeah, pretty good, Matthew. Yourself? Yeah, I'm doing well for myself now. Like, do have the odd bad day. Yeah, Dad's gone out to go do something on his tractor. Yeah, well, actually being able to do things I've been wanting to do for the last year and a bit for myself. Like, I'm actually enjoying it. You know, that's it, Benji. Just wish the girl I was seeing last year could have seen it that way. Like, yeah, alright, it might not pay off straight away, but eventually it would. But yeah, when I was down at the Nutrient this afternoon, asking them to see if they can order me in some of the bigger pots. Yeah, the 200 ml. Like, yeah, the bloke asked me how I'm going with it all, and I go, yeah. Found out that they're worth the fruit's worth a lot more than I thought it would be here in Australia, so definitely worth the effort at like $70+ a kilo for the fruit. You know, I like my job. Like, I really don't care what I'm doing. It's more the boss that I work for. And pretty much, well, the stone fruit market here is like all the growers that grew stone fruit of any sort around here all gave up because of the supermarkets. Like going, like, you grow it, we give you what we want to give you for it, then we sell it for top dollar. Like the farm next door to where I actually work. Yeah, if you can get a good export contract, you're pretty much well set, from what I understand. But yeah, like if it's anything that you're growing for the domestic market, you're at the whims of Woolworths, Coles, IGA. Like, yeah. Like the bloke that owned the farm next to where I worked, the reason why he got out is because it was costing him $1 a kilo to produce. He wanted $1.10. And Woolworths and Coles go, no, we're only giving you 80 cents. So, no wonder why farming just doesn't really happen much here in Australia. You know, well, the white peaches, I'm not sure on what the go with those is, because they were under a patent. The tractor, the one that went past, that'll be Dad out doing something. Yeah, Dad's off doing whatever he does. Good time of the day for him to be going out doing stuff. Him being 78, turning 79 this year. Yeah, there we go. Some of the comments were filtered to protect the community's experience. Probably my ex, or Greg. Pecans, a little bit south of here, around Gyra, they grow them like commercially. So the boss went down there one year after they picked all their pecans to get all the shells after they de-shelled them. to use as smoker fuel for the bees. Want to see? Yeah, to a degree it is, like, not really much. I'm just starting off my own thing with the native finger limes, the native blueberry, also known as midyanberry. And I've also got a couple of Australian native mulberry trees as well. I just thought, well, natives at least, well, with them, I can, well, should be a little bit more drought tolerant than most other. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it'll grow here. I'm not really sure how to answer the brown eye or the... Probably the pink eye. Hello, Becky. It is a bit of a loose question. Lose, yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, well, that's it. All on the wording, really. Yeah, you have a good one too, B30. Thanks for all your gifts and all that. Muchly appreciated. How old are you, Eli? Because I've only got 2 kids that I know of. Lee McConnell, it depends on whether you actually got them from cuttings or whether you started them from seed. If you got them from, started them from seed, you're looking at maybe another year or 2 till you actually get fruit. But they might flower on year 3 or 4, but they don't really set. So that's just from the research I've been doing. Not too sure how right it all is. But all my ones that are like this, I've been told if I'm lucky I might get a grafted on rootstock. Okay. Might be a bit of a thing maybe where you got them positioned. Hey Predator, nice of you to join. Hello Ashton. Well, hopefully you learned something, Benji. Like most of my day at work. Yeah, shouldn't be a problem, like, if it's next to that. Like, they would grow out next to eucalyptus in the wild, so can't see a problem unless it's the rootstock not actually liking the stuff from the eucalyptus. That's why I've just gone and done mine from cuttings. Try to give them a bit every afternoon, because some of the ones in the little pots, they need a bit more water. Yeah, it could be that. Dried nebula. Yeah, I listened, well, depending on whether I want to actually have something playing without having to pick something, I'll pick a documentary. But if I'm not in the mood for a documentary of sorts, there's a good creator on YouTube called Simon Whistler. He covers everything from like top 10 lists, like, oh, what was his one that I was listening to there this morning on the way to work? I can't remember. Have a bit of a memory issue like himself. Yeah, these are going alright. I only potted these ones out yesterday, but these here come from a lady down in Mooney Beach, down in New South Wales. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do, Predator. Like, if things aren't going well for either of you are best off probably having a bit of a time apart. And if you still have feelings for each other, well, it's up to you whether you try and rekindle. A couple of my boss's bees are over here. Where did she go? I don't know, it's too slow. No, it's only like, it's within their flying distance. And that, like, yeah, free pollinators. The European honeybee. Oh, sorry girl. A wetter. If you can see her over there on the pot. No, they were in my hair. Don't know how many bees have been stuck in my hair over since I started working for the bloke. No, basically straight behind me is where I work, like just over the other side of the river. Nice meeting you too, Dried Nebula. You have a good one. No, wouldn't be really looking for water, because the river in between us, like where I am here and the boss's farm, there's still water in it, but they're probably able to tell something that I can't about the plants. I don't know how green my thumb is, but trying my best to not kill anything. Yeah, you have a good one too, Predator. Yeah, could have done. When I set up the shelving, I'm looking at buying off the boss, because he's got heaps of old, or what would you call it, warehouse racking that he's looking at getting rid of. So I might grab a couple of sets, chop them up a bit, and turn it all into a hothouse. And I'll put all my ones that got names on them towards the front. At the moment they're just all a bit willy-nilly. Dean, I wish I could grow there. Now I'm watering my finger limes, my native medium berries, a Davidson plum, my lily pilly, and my native mulberries. Well, definitely come complain with the view I have here. Wouldn't really want to be anywhere else. Ah, yeah, the racking, yeah. All the named pots towards the front. Just trying to think exactly how I'd set it all up down here where I've got it at the moment. Once I get it all though, that'll be when I'll work it out. So I've still got to go down to Bunnings or wherever and buy timber to make the shelving. It doesn't actually, well, you know how industrial racking works, like the racks that they got in at Bunnings and that. You need to put some board on it. Or do I go get some old like cyclone fence and use that for the shelving? Wait, those are things I wish it was yardy, mate, but nah. If it was the Yandy, I'm pretty sure the amount I've got, the coppers would already be here, ripping them all out and taking me away. Yeah, Carrie, giving the finger limes a bit of a drink. It was a bit of a warm one today. Especially for my ones that are in the little pot. Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to think. But I can get that, what do you call it, that under, it would be a bit of an expensive way, but that board that you get when you like put on in a timber house down on in your wet areas. But I think looking at those at Bunnings, they're nearly just as much as a panel of that cyclone fencing. You should go back to your hive, like you're a bit away from it, girl. There's another Benji, is there? Hello, Joe Cleese. Timber and bricks. No, well, don't know how that'll go on the racking that I'm getting. Here I am, probably, I think I'm an 8th or something like that on Mum's side, because Mum's mum was half, so I think that makes me an 8. I'm not too sure. Yeah, back when I was in primary school, it was a bit of a, what do you call it? Mum was a bit worried, but when the school said, oh yeah, no, if you actually declare it, we get more funding and we actually can do, like, get funding to do Aboriginal classes, and everybody, like, even all the white, like, full, like, English people participated, but they enjoyed doing the art that we did in one class. Good old Mr. Moyle, I think it was, or was it Mr. Sharp? Can't quite remember. There at St Thomas Moores in Toowoomba. Well, when I moved up to Warwick, the next town, hour up the road from where I am, like when I was living up there in 2005, I went to the shopping centre, was walking out, and I ran into my grade 4 teacher, Miss O, or Miss Orbinson. That was a spin out. And apparently as well, my grade 7 teacher, I think it was, Mrs. Zeller, was also working in Warwick, at the Warwick High School. Like, some of the good teachers. But I think my favourite teacher from primary school would have been Mr. McCormick. He ended up, when he retired from being a teacher, he bought the fish and chip shop that was out at Highfield somewhere. Little shredder, I'm in Ballindine, just south of Stanthorpe, or north of Tenterfield in New South Wales. Little shredder, I'm growing Australian natives. So finger limes, Midian berries, native mulberry. Also, well, I just had a couple of native Australian bush bananas sprout there a couple of days ago. So, put them out. It looks like I've lost one of my two that sprouted, but still, if I end up getting one, I'll have plenty more seed to start again. And some of my things I'll never start from the seed. I'd rather pay the $10, $20 for my cuttings that have been grafted, or not grafted, like struck and rooted. Hello all the people that have just joined. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. No ganja. If it was all ganja, I wouldn't be here now. That's for sure. Pretty good yourself, HK? Yeah, I'm pretty close, Benji. I'm at 8,400. That's good, HK. Behave yourself, Edward Napoli. Behave. Yeah, that's the way, HK. Not a bad afternoon to have a relax. Next week I might go have a drink on the weekend with some mates. Nah, not wasting my neighbour's water. Like, I gotta use water, so Dad has a reason to go down and start the pump. So, we gotta make sure we get our 5 million litres out of the river. Since that's our residential allocation. Yeah, I'm watering my, well, if you can call it a garden, HK. All my finger limes. My Australian native mulberry. Paul Anderson, no. I'm from Queensland. I'm growing them HK so I can sell the fruit eventually when they start fruiting. My bigger ones, I should get fruit off of them if I'm lucky. By in a year, like say Christmas maybe. Well, you can come here and have a fish if you want, Paul. There's not a problem. I'm not going to fight you, mate. You're more than welcome to come down here and wet a line if you really want. I got an army. Like, I've got a lot of friends. How about the first person to catch a fish? So what's your problem, Paul? When you have a bad day, or you're not getting enough, or something like that. Like, I have a bad day, like, I don't take it out on other people. Like, if he really wants a place to go fishing, I'm more than happy to let him come down and wet it and throw a line in. Yeah, that's probably it. Nolan Lachlan. Well, apparently us men, we do get it too. We just might not need the products to take care of it. What else he's like? Sorry to all the ladies and everything, but Paul Anderson, have you left your tampon in too long and you're going into toxic shock? Like, then in the river there's cod, yellow belly, silver perch. Yeah, there we go. Goodbye, Mr. Anderson. Yeah, no, that's probably it, Benji. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, let him go running, like, let him try and get a few 100 yards away. General farm labour is what I generally do, Jai. You know, that's it, eh, Benji? Oops. Like, let him get out a couple of 100 yards, depending on how good of a shot you are. It's Brandon, I'm watering my finger lines. About 340 finger lines. 3 native mulberries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 native blueberries. Yeah, they're all fruit. It's Brandon. All Australian native. Hello Zammy. Hello Eugene. Hello Raymond. Hello Sean. Hello Stonehand. Well, the lady I received these from, she's going to let me know how many more she'll have in another couple of months, and I might clean her out again, so depending on how many she has. But the last order I got off of her was $800 for 52, so hopefully, well, she does about the same sort of pricing. I don't have to prune them all yet. Yeah, it's Brandon. You have a good one too. Well, it's going on night for me, so I'll try my best to have a good night. You have a good day or night yourself. Yeah, probably when they get bigger I'll have to do a bit of pruning, but if I get them out and all that, I might see whether I can borrow the neighbour's, what would you call it? It's like a hedger, but it goes on the tractor to prune the grapes. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Reaper. When they get bigger, I'll make all my own, like, cuttings and all that, strike them. But at the moment, I just want to make sure I have enough to get a good go on. Now, what's above me is either known as a fountain tree or an umbrella tree. Depends on who you are, where you are. But there's a lot of names for a lot of things. The way I wish the tree above me was a mulberry. I wouldn't have had to go buy my... But then, apparently the native mulberry, there's male and female trees. Yeah, then what I don't need I can sell. That's sort of the aim of the game. And then I don't want to get too much stuff out there, then people won't buy the fruit from Woolworths or Coles or wherever I get them in to sell. Thanks for them to follow Mandy Slater. Yeah, the farm next door to the boss, they used to be Slaters. But probably very different Slaters. No, not on the ice. Don't touch it. Hey, choices. Yeah, the day's a lot better. Don't spend the next 3 days bouncing around with the eyes bulging out of my head. Like living out at the caravan park where I had to live for a bit after 2013 while things got sorted out. There was a ice head there, and he'd be driving around on the mower at midnight. So, yeah, if that's what it does to you, and then doing construction work at midnight. like ripping up all the boards up the walkway to go to the toilet. Then people go to the toilet at like late at night. Oh no, I can't go to the toilet because they're gonna fall through. So yeah, no thanks. Don't like, from what I've seen, what it does to people's judgment. So, and plus I was in St. John Ambulance. I know he had, like, the caravan that he was in, it's like one of those, like, well, most of the caravans that they had at this caravan park were like the mine site ones. They're made by that King van up in Brisbane. And yeah, he was in a double one that had a double bed, and there was only 2 of them per van, like 2 rooms per van. And yeah, he was the only one in his van because people just couldn't stand being next to him. Like there was one day there, the manager at the time, she needed some trees cut back, so she asked me to go help him, and I had to go up in the bucket of the tractor. And yeah, that was interesting. He had his nose in his phone trying to chat up bloody teenage girls while I'm trying to tell him what I need him to do, like up, I need to go up, I need to go down, I need you to move me that way or that way. Nah, he didn't understand the hand signals. And he had the little tractor revving its head off, so he couldn't hear me anyway. So after the first one immediately falling out, I went and got a rope. Threw up into the tree, put around myself, and as he lifted the bucket, I pulled it around, and then I made sure I was tied off. Just in case he decided to back while I'm holding onto the tree. But he didn't last too long. Just before Dee, the manager, left, she booted him out, put him on the blacklist. He ain't allowed back there even now. There's a couple of other people that aren't allowed back there, just because of how they acted more towards the backpackers, especially the poor young ladies. Yeah, but no one ever wanted to employ him, Mandy. I think he wanted to try and off me though, because, well, I survived and his step-brother didn't back in 2013 with something that happened. So if I passed him in the street, he'd just yell out to me, "Now drop dead, you dog." Yeah, well, I wasn't able to help that his stepbrother didn't survive. Well, that was more due to everyone feeding the hospitals wrong information about what we drunk, or the possibility of what we drunk. Like, everything was going around but what it was. Like, the best one was that we added antifreeze to the alcohol. Yeah, trying to get the Falcon Ute here to turn into an F-250. Would love to have an F-250. Don't care what year. That's my goal. That's my dream car. F250. Amy. Well, you just had dinner, have you? FCK QPS. Every now and again I have a couple. It's her. This little miss. That's why I picked her out when she was a kitten. It's all good. She wouldn't care what you called her. If she wanted pats from you, as long as you give her pats, she'd be happy. Barrett, I don't really drink. Like, if I am to have a drink, I'd rather, I shouldn't do it, but like a Singleton single Scot, the single malt Scotch whiskey, something like that. I shouldn't mix it with Coke, but I know what Coke tastes like, so I can block out the taste of Coca-Cola and actually taste. I don't know, she does, Troy's fishing addiction, she does get a bit scared of the hose if you aim it at her. But, yeah. Yeah, no gear, nothing like that. Yeah, no, if you're over in America, like, it's all because of, like, Crocodile Dundee and all that. Like, that Foster's was claimed to be a really Aussie beer. No one drinks Foster's. Like, if I really do have to have a beer, though, I would say, at the moment, that is that 4X that has, like, the lower carb one. Troy's fishing addiction, I'm in Ballindine in Queensland. Only because you're on meth, Ashray. Can the people that are asking about illicit things please stop? Stonewood. Don't think I've tried that one. That's a ginger. That's the ginger beer, ginger thing, isn't it? The noise in the background would be the crickets or cicadas. Hit 100 viewers. I think yesterday I had like 300 at peak. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I think the boss has a bit of that green ginger wine that he adds to his beer if he's drinking like a 4X or something. Yeah, if the cops want to be in here, they can be in here. I am going to start blocking people if you just keep on talking rubbish. So if whoever's in my live, if you would like to stay, can you please keep it as like as close to G-rated as you can. Jack's GQ Patrol. You might think I looked cooked. Yeah, well, I am cooked from the heat today. Benny Edwards, I'm a farm labourer. Yeah, this sea, I'm glad that today's over. It was a bit hot. You know, that's it. If you're going to be hateful, go to someone else's live where they actually want that. Oh yeah, you'd have been working for, trying to think, if you're at Applethorpe. Can't remember the name of the bloke out there that grows apples. It was 29 in the shed and would have been over 30 outside, just. Yeah, they can troll. Not like I'll really bite. That's it, like. Well, as Mum and Dad always brought me up to be, you treat people exactly how you wish to be treated. That's what a lot of people don't seem to understand. It's 7:20 PM here. Yeah, Leslie Bradley, I am on a farm. Hey, Spanner Guy, hope you're having a good one. Yeah, Leslie, I am on a farm. I also work on another farm. Yeah, that's it. Like, some people have always had a 4:20 AM, so 15 hours behind. Yeah, that's about right for East Coast America. Yeah, the New Zealanders are about 2 hours ahead of us, maybe 3. If you use daylight savings time, or else, as the boss calls it, when we had to go down the New South Wales, we'd forget it's daylight savings, and he'd go, bloody stupid time. Like, really, there is no need for daylight savings. Like, it was only brought in due to the Second World War, and New South Wales just kept it after that. Like, really, if everyone wants to start their day an hour earlier, let them start an hour earlier. Open businesses an hour earlier. Like, there's no need to wind the clock back. That's what stuffs people's circadian rhythm. Like, daylight savings actually does more harm to people's mental health and everything than what it actually benefits the economy. Like, hello, genocide. Like, the cows, they're always getting milked at 4 AM, or whatever time it is, you wind the clock back. They're not going to come in that hour earlier. They're going to come in at the time they always come in. No, I like daylight savings when I moved over to Western Australia. and that. Like, that was because my first night over there, it was 10 p.m. time when the sun went down, which wasn't an issue. And then, well, yeah, once the sun starts going down behind the hills out the back, it does get pretty dark. How many Western Australians are in here? Because while I was over there back in 2008, first job I had was at Warnborough KFC. And then got a bit sick of the 2ICs. You're a little bit south of where I was in Rockingham. Worked in Warnborough at the KFC there. And after that, because I was getting a bit over the two 2ICs. And the rubbish that they'd put on me and the other young kitchen hand, like the cooks. And then after that, I went to a dry cleaner down in Subiaco. Worked there for about a month and a half before the 2IC there. He didn't like me because all the customers liked me. Didn't like him. And then after that, I went back to KFC for about 2 weeks. They wanted me to do training that I didn't do when I first started. And I go, yeah, nah, I'm done. You just want me to do this now when you should have had me do it back on day one? And then I went working for Australia Post. And I did try my best not to damage people's parcels. But the boss there one day got up me, like the contractor I was subbing to, got up me saying, oh, you're taking too long sorting, you just throw the parcels. And the parcel I had in my hand that he ripped out of my hands and just threw into the UDL or ULD, whatever they call them. Goes, nah, it's not a soft service we offer. Gianni, you know my sister, do ya? Well, both my sisters. Ozzy Osbourne. I can take that as a compliment. Yeah, I haven't really... Well, I've been all the way right down to Albury. I think it is. No, Augusta. In the south of Western Australia. And I had a cousin that was up in Geraldton. Been right up there, seen him while I was over there. You're alright, Gianni. Yeah, and the boss there, back when I was working at Australia Post, like said, yeah, no, we don't offer a soft service. And he just threw this parcel. I knew who it was going out to. They were expecting it. It was a present for the bloke's wife. And I was just so disappointed when I had to pull it out to give to him. And I go, yeah, no. I explained to him what exactly happened. And he goes, yeah, no, it's all good. Luckily I paid the extra for the insurance. But shouldn't have to. Well, if it takes me an extra half an hour to sort, and yeah, you too, Gianni. And yeah, he goes, it's luckily I paid the extra insurance on it. And he goes, I know what Australia Post is like. Like, it's really not a lot of the subcontractors' fault. It's why they do what they do. Like, it's the contractors that they're subbing to, putting them under a lot of pressure. So they ignore a lot of the guidelines that they should be following just to get them out. Like, Christmas, for me, was 700 parcels I had to deliver. I'd started at 7 a.m, 7 a.m. that morning, because we were allowed to actually start early, Christmas Eve. And, yeah, I wasn't finished my run until 1 a.m. when we got the call, or hadn't finished emptying the van, but got the call at 1 a.m. to stop, because people were starting to complain that we were delivering, knocking on their doors. It's like, yeah, I don't blame people for wanting to stop people like having their doors knocked on at that late at night. But that's one job I'll never do again as a subcontractor. I'll do it as my own contract. But I really reckon that the 2 runs that I did, they shouldn't bundle runs up. It doesn't matter how small they are. Like my little Anchorage run that I used to do, what they called the Anchorage run, just out to the west of Rockingham. Like, that could have been its own little run for some pensioner who just wanted to do a few hours work a day. Like, would have been a great little run for someone who didn't want to do a whole heap. My main run that I ended up being on was the Grand Ocean Boulevard one. That's about the size of Stanthorpe. So that's definitely a run, a contract if I ever got. I could actually probably manage running around Stanthorpe quite easily in a day. You know, that's it. Like, yeah, there's always the quantity over quality. Nowadays, it seems. But then those businesses wonder why they have so many complaints, so like that video there, that was done, I think, by 7 News, with those guys out on the side of the road. Like, there's some contractors don't actually let the drivers sort their own stuff. So, catch you, Anthony. Yeah, so it's all sorted for them, and whoever was probably doing the sorting could have really stuffed that up. So, people in future, if you see the Australia Post guys, but they shouldn't have been throwing it around like they were. That is one thing that they shouldn't have been doing. But because their runs could have all been mixed up, like, they had to do what they had to do to get it all out. But yeah, they could have been a little bit more careful about it, not throwing it all around. That's the only thing that sort of made me a little upset, because of all the extra effort I went into when I was doing it to make sure I had my parcels and all that were my run. I'd take the odd one off of another person because it was on a street that was right on mine, but they had to come onto my run to actually get to that street, which made no sense to me. Like, just for one street, come out of, what was the name of that run? You got the Grand Ocean in Warnborough, and then the next little suburb down that connected up to Warnborough. I used to get the odd one there, and then one saddest one delivery though, the shark documentary fella from Australia, Brian Guest. Yeah, got talking to him. No, not cold. Like Brian Guest, the shark fella. Yeah, almost. I'll just finish up what I'm saying. Yeah, like, him and I were talking, and he was, I had a package for him, and he said, oh, it's not the one I want. He was expecting this, like, really expensive camera lens, and after I knew he'd been taken by a shark, I told the boss, can we just leave this a couple more days to take it out? Like, no, I had to go knock on the door while they were in the middle of the week. That was just sad. Like, the son, probably about my age now, answered the door, and he goes, really? I go, yeah, got told I had to deliver it. I knew what was what. Nah. Had to deliver it. That was the most heart-wrenching delivery I had to do. Like, but the family would have known that the package was coming, and since I was always on that run, I knew Brian, not well, but after I'd heard what happened, I go, should leave it a little bit, like a few days after whenever it was all going to be. But some employers just, because they get paid, I don't know what the contractor actually gets paid, but they get in trouble for every parcel that sits. So it had to go. So what I should have done is not scanned it in. So a lesson learned. Alrighty, everybody. You all have a wonderful day or evening wherever you are, and I'll catch you when I'm on next. Thank you, everybody, for all your wonderful comments, all the likes, the gifts that I've been given. Thank you very much.